So now I'm going to show you how to make a square bubble blower. Now normally, no matter what shape bubble blower you blow through, your bubble is going to end up being a ball shape or a sphere. And that's because the bubble mixture wants to take up the least amount of room possible. So what happens is even if it starts as a square shape, the corners get flattened and pushed into a ball shape. It's all to do with the air all around us pushing on the bubble mixture and forcing it into the smallest possible shape. However, there is a way we can make a square-shaped bubble, and it involves making a cube bubble blower. So I've got, from the Summer Science Kit, 4 of the straws. You should have 5 straws in total, so there's 4 for this experiment. I've got these pipe cleaners. So I've got 6 pipe cleaners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pipe cleaners. I've got my bubble blower, which it looks like a pipette with the end cut off. I've got this one here. I've got myself a jug of water, and I've also got some washing up liquid, and that's going to make my bubble mixture once we've finished. So first, let's start off by making the actual cube bubble blower. Here's one I made earlier. This is what it's going to look like when we're done. So the first thing I need you to do is to cut all of your pipe cleaners in half. You might find it easier to fold them so you know where halfway is. And then cutting pipe cleaners can be a little bit tricky sometimes. So if you're struggling, just ask a grown-up to help you. So I've cut one of my pipe cleaners, and we're going to end up with 12 pieces of pipe cleaner once we're finished. There we go. I've just got 3 more to do. And these are going to be the sides of our cube. Okay, and my last one. Okay, now we actually need 12 pieces of straw as well. So we've got 4 straws. We're going to cut each one into 3, and that will give us 12 in total. Now these should be a little bit smaller than the pipe cleaner. So if you hold your pipe cleaner up to it like this, I'm going to go for, if you see how big my pipe cleaner is, I'll show you how they compare. So I'm going to go for about this size. So I'll show you the difference. If I hold this like this, you can see the pipe cleaner's that little bit longer than the straw. It doesn't really matter too much how big your straw section is. The most important thing is that they're all the same size. So I'm going to hold the straws together, and then I'm going to cut another one. You might even be able to get more than 3 out of each straw. There's another one. Now I'm going to make sure that that bumpy bit that we have in the straw here, hopefully you can see it, it's the bit that stretches like this. That bit I'm going to leave out. So if I can't fit another one in, oh look, I can fit another one in just before the bumpy bit. And then I'll just put this one to the side. So I've managed to get 4 pieces out of that straw, so I might not need all of them. And then I'm going to do another one. So 1, 2, 3. So I'm trying to make them all the same size. I've just dropped my straw on the floor. There we go. And I'm going to get 1 more out of that. So I've got 8 so far. This is my 8th one here. Just making sure they're pretty much all the same size. And then I'll just do 4 more, exactly the same size. And once we've done this, we're going to make our cube. Right, and then I just have 1 more left to do. You might find, like me, it flies off everywhere while you're trying to cut it. Here we go. Here's another one. Okay, so I've got myself now 12 pieces of pipe cleaner and 12 identical pieces of straw. Now what I'm going to do is to thread the pipe cleaner through the straw, and I'll do it until I've got 12 of these little bits. So 12 pipe cleaners through straws. So here's 1 and 2 and 3 before. You can either skip this bit of the video if you've already done this, or you can do it along with me, or you can pause if you need a little bit more time. There we go. I've just got a few more left to do until I've got all 12 on there. And then we're going to be putting it all together into a cube. And a cube is just a 3D version of a square. Okay, so now those are all done, the first thing I need to do is to make a square. So you can see on the top here, there's this square like this. Then there's a square on the bottom, and then they're all held together with 4 bits going through the middle. So first things first, I'm going to take 2 of these, and I'm just going to loop the pipe cleaners together. I'm going to twist them like this, so they're at right angles to each other, like that. Doesn't matter if it's a bit wonky at the moment, that's absolutely fine. Then I'm going to take another one, like this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist them like this. So it's starting to look like a square, it's missing one side. I'm going to do exactly the same on this corner, so I'm just taking the bit of pipe cleaner, twisting, and then I'm going to do the same on this corner. So I'm ending up with a square. It's a slightly wonky square, but that doesn't matter. Okay, here's my square. Now I'm going to do exactly the same thing and make another square. Twist the corners together. And twist the corners together. Like this. And then twist those final corners together like this. Okay, so I have 2 squares. Now all I need to do, it's the slightly tricky bit, is to put one on top of the other. So I'm going to take one of the squares and just point these bits of pipe cleaner, holding it flat, pointing them up in the air like that. I'll do the same with this corner, and this corner. So you can see, oh, that one fell off a little bit. That happens sometimes when we're doing this one. There we go, point it up like that. Okay, there we go. We've got something that looks like this. Then I'm going to take one of these spare ones that we haven't used yet, and I'm going to stick it on here, pointing in the same direction, so pointing upwards like this. There we go. So you can kind of see we've got our square as the base, and then we've got these pipe cleaners pointing up from the base. So I'm just twisting them around like this to make them stay. I'm going to do one on each corner. It looks a little bit like I'm making a table, doesn't it? These are like the legs of the table, but it's upside down. Pop one on there. And I'm going to loop one round here. You might find this a bit fiddly, or you might find it breaks a few times while you're doing it, but just keep going and you should manage to get it all together. It'll be quite a strong shape once it's all together. Okay, so we've got our thing that looks like an upside down table. Last thing we're going to do is we're just going to attach this square on the top like this to make a cube. So I'm just going to pop it down on the table. I pop it here, you should be able to see. And it's just like what I just did, but upside down. So I'm going to stick the top square onto the cube, like this. And then we're almost done, because this is our cube bubble blower. One of mine's come undone, so I'll just redo that one. And hopefully we should all be nice and secure. Okay, so that is my cube-shaped bubble blower. It's a little bit wonky, and if we find we're not getting any good bubbles, I might need to change that a bit. So for now though, I'm going to just fix this bit here, and then I'm going to give it a go. So I'm going to pop my cube-shaped bubble blower down here for a moment and make up some bubble mixture. So it's just water, and then I'm going to put in some washing up liquid. And then I'm going to stir it all around with my bubble blower. I can check if it's working by using my bubble blower. I just dried it on my lab coat by putting this in here and blowing through here. Okay, it's definitely working. Well, it's bouncing. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hold one of the pipe cleaners like this and try and put the whole bubble blower into the bubble mixture. Then I'm going to take it out, and hopefully you might be able to see it's made some very strange square-shaped bubbles. If I put it back in again, you might be able to make sure every side is definitely covered. And there's a film of bubble mixture going from each side. Now what I can do, this is the extra clever bit, is I can actually try and make a square in the middle. So hopefully you can see there's a kind of some square-shaped bubbles, but I can make a proper cube in the middle by getting a bubble like this. And I'm going to blow it into the cube, okay? So I put my cube in the bubble mixture first and take it out. Then I'm going to blow a bubble into the middle of the cube, and hopefully it will turn it into a cube-shaped bubble, just a little one. Okay, it's gone in the corner there this time. I'll just see if I can put it in the bubble mixture again. Now if you're struggling with this one, try putting a bit more washing up liquid into your bubble mixture and making it a little bit stronger. Or if you've got real bubble mixture at home that you've bought from a shop, that can sometimes work a bit better. We'll try one more time. Okay, there we go. So hopefully you can see I've got a little cube here just near the bottom, kind of in the middle of my bubble blower. So give that a go. See if you can manage to make a cube-shaped bubble.